we're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames, for the divine feminine, for the divine masculine collective, to see what is going on. We're still in the peak of that November Pleiadian alignment. This is a little bit of what we have going on. And we remain in this Pleiadian portal until the 23rd. So it's been bringing a lot of galactic energies, we'll say the past couple of days. So you guys might be kind of feeling that too. But these are amazing energies for shifting towards or creating the new and staying focused on those manifestations. And I want to kind of talk about that today too, because a lot of twin flame is doing that inner work where, as they say, the inner matches the outer of your reality. And a lot of people are always trying to figure out how to shift the outer. And that's why it requires doing that inner work to really pay attention to what narratives you're telling yourself. And this is why oftentimes it is limiting beliefs or negative thoughts and beliefs that are our biggest obstacle to work through and to clear. But within the twin flame dynamic, there's a lot of mirroring that goes on. So oftentimes your twin flame can reflect back some of these limiting beliefs, fears, or things like that, or even just stirring up these things within yourself, so they tend to come up more too. Now, these things already existed within you, these blocks, patterns, issues, and things like that. It just tends to stir them to the surface because oftentimes, and this is life in general, it's not just the twin flame journey that we're having to do that shadow work to heal and work through certain issues, whether this is like patterns, behaviors, limiting beliefs, narratives, how we feel about ourselves, or even different karmas that may be stirred to the surface. And usually on the twin flame journey, you're being guided to do that inner work so that not only you can get to that union, you can stay in that harmonious union too. So oftentimes it's bringing up the spiritual work. Life is anyways, but your twin flame oftentimes acts as a mirror to show you what to be working on. So if you have like a fear going on in your head, look, it goes into, tends to manifest into your twin flame dynamic or situation as a negativity, we'll say, or something kind of coming up. So anytime you clear a block within yourself, you're actually clearing a block for the dynamic and within the twin flame and the outer too. So it just takes you to shift anything within the dynamic from within. You're being reminded of that so you can step into your power and make those changes that you want to see, whether it's what you're manifesting for you and your twin flame or shifting something. Okay, so we're going to start with a reading for the divine feminine. I wanted to get on here really quick and do some cards. Remember, this is just a general collective reading, but I like to do these anyways. So just take what resonates specifically for your situation, leave the rest. That's why I always say to do those one-on-one phone call sessions. I have a lot of people that write me a lot. Like, if you actually need and want help, book a phone call reading session on my website, only because it'll help me to, help you to go into your situation. So you guys can do those phone call reading options anytime that you need them. Just remember that. And it's a lot of what I do with you guys. Now remember, I am an energy healer. And so I have a ton of healings, activations, and clearings on my website. If you're needing to heal something, which everyone is, those are going to be very, very valuable tools for you doing those healing sessions too. So I have those healings for you guys on there. I also do twin flame coaching, which is great for helping you through the process. Doesn't matter where you're at in the process. I help people all over the place. So check out my website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com. If you need me, just go ahead and book me on there. I'm always around for sessions too. Okay, so we're going to start with a reading for the Divine Feminine Collective, Divine Masculine. If you're watching, direct messages from your feminine. I miss your beautiful smile and joyous laugh. They used to light up my world. And this is like, oftentimes you guys are each other's light in the darkness, because when you guys are apart, it's a lot to navigate. Like, it's very painful navigating separation energies. Now the thing is, usually that's part of the process with twin flames. Usually twin flames can't just come right together. You guys try to, and there's issues to be worked out, or there's more healing work to be done. Things are triggered on both sides. There's stuff to work through. There's stuff to heal, we'll say. Especially karmically, any blocks, negative beliefs, as we're talking about, and things like that, they come up. And this is so that you can heal them and work through them and to release them too. So oftentimes, on the twin flame journey, doing a lot of energy clearing is necessary. You guys should be anyways, taking care of your energy. But oftentimes on the twin flame journey, it's like a lot of stuff comes to the surface fast that you're being guided to work through, we'll say. So we have that too. And especially for those twin flames that are apart, needing to heal so that you can come together. And I think this is very, very important too. For those of you guys that are in union right now, like working on these unions is something you have to work at. A lot of people look at it like union is like the prize and not something that you're building and manifesting and creating as you go. And what you put into it, the energy that you put into it is the energy you're going to get reflected back, okay, mirrored back, we say. So it's going to depend on how much good energy you're putting into these connections as to how they're going to. And just recommending that you're putting a lot of positive energy into this union. If you're in separation, you can do that manifesting. If you're in union, you do that working on the connection. I see you in the face of strangers. You're always with me. A lot of times you see a lot of reminders of your twin flame. Like literally, this could be seeing people that look like them, remind you of them. Maybe you have this person on your mind and you're thinking about them all the time anyways. And it's like this place you go to with the twin flame journey. It's a lot like that 5D dimension that we're learning how to exist in. Here in the physical, it's like becoming multidimensional. I was saying yesterday, I was somewhere and it's very easy for me to like trance out. It's like that with the twin flame journey, right? You're going somewhere else, like an astral realm, astral dimension. And so you might have this person on your mind a lot. And it's like with twin flames, it's almost like, yeah, you have that 5D dimension, but it's almost like you have your own dimension together. Like you're meeting each other there. And sometimes you are more than you know with your thoughts when you're thinking about this person, because there's always that energy exchange between twin flames. There's always a telepathic energy exchange. So when you are thinking about this person, you're exchanging energy, and hopefully positive energy, right? Negative energy repels, pushes them away, makes them go runner if you have enough of it. And then positive energy, they're going to come to you. It's going to be very magnetic for them, and you're exchanging positive energy. So you're either sending out negative thoughts, negative energy, push energy, or you're putting out positive thoughts, positive energy, which is pull energy too. Twin flames tend to be very magnetic, and just as magnets have those two sides, the positive and the negative is going to repel, the positive is going to attract. And this is just how we're learning about the energetic dynamic, because there's obviously the physical exchange, but there's also the energy dynamic too of how things feel. Oftentimes there's a strong, obviously, soul connection between twin flames. So it's something you're probably going to feel on the spiritual and the soul level of why the pull towards this person anyways. We'll call that a pull, right? And it's like a soul pull. You might feel that soul pull to be together all of the time, or you might really, really feel it energetically when you're thinking about this person. Okay. Some of you guys, there might be ghosting out of insecurity. This isn't for everyone, but if there is a separation, the root cause of push energy is insecurity. Oftentimes, a lot of you guys have insecure attachment style, and this is why it's been wreaking havoc on all of your relationships, and your twin flame may highlight this if it's an issue. Now, I always talk a lot about attachment issues, woundings, traumas. This is usually the cause of the first separations, we'll say, or it's the first problem. So usually you're doing good until insecure attachment styles get triggered, usually on the divine feminine side, and then they trigger the masculine's different style. You might have the same attachment style as your twin flame, but chances are you might have an opposite even style. Let's just call these what they are. They're how we learned how to connect in childhood, and they're almost like our love language, which tends to be very different too if you understand people, right, and things like that. This is one of the first things that usually comes to the surface, because many of you guys are used to trauma connections and things like that in the past, karmic connections, even through childhood and stuff like that. So oftentimes you guys are carrying a lot of wounding energetically that is affecting you in your love life. This is why it's so important to be healing yourself, or you tend to recreate the same dynamics, or you're getting the same results. And at a point, I always say you have to get sick of it and like want to heal this stuff. Your twin flame is probably going to trigger these deeper issues that you need to resolve to the surface so that you can acknowledge them and things like that. So insecure attachment, we have a lot of sometimes insecurities that we haven't healed and worked through. This is the negative thoughts, the limiting beliefs, the how you see things, what you're manifesting for you and your twin flame. And oftentimes they're rooted in past hurts, traumas, wounds, and insecurities of why you would continue to manifest, I'll say, some of these unhealthy relationship dynamics, narratives, or stories that you may have been cycling through or playing through over the course of your lifetime. Now with your twin flame, it's like all of that was practice and that it's the real deal. This is not a drill. It's like, I always joke around, like, you know, like all that was literal practice with the karmics and things like that. It's lessons you needed to learn to do the real deal with your twin flame. However, oftentimes, sometimes you have some of those karmic templates that are still playing out, coming up for healing, and they're just insecurities within yourself. So you have a fear or an insecurity about yourself. Your twin flame will mirror that back. I see that so much in the twin flame dynamic. They're going to say something about it, or they're going to trigger it within you. And so it's coming up within you. So healing insecurities, as oftentimes this is the root cause of certain issues that may play out for twin flames specifically, as this can tend to have people pushing away. And sometimes you guys will say, I'm not pushing them away. Any negative energy is, it may be stirring up negative thoughts about the person, negative energy, push energy. When you have a runner dynamic, instead of blaming the outer, look within, and that's where the power comes of shifting these things within any of these blocks. I'm always here if you guys need help. I always say book sessions on my site for this. So sometimes they'll be like, oh, it's my partner, they went runner. Right there. So it's some stuff you need to work through yourself to shift out of the unhealthy dynamics and patterns and things like that. Something you need to heal within yourself, oftentimes rooted in insecurities and things like that. Being away from you hurts like hell. I didn't realize it would be this difficult. Any of you guys might be navigating being apart. This could be separation. It could just be spending time apart. This is where the shadow work comes in. This is where the deepest healing work comes in. Why do twin flames need to separate? Oftentimes it's because you need to work on yourself individually. There might be some type of soul growth you need to go through, something you need to heal. Oftentimes one of the most common reasons I see is that you guys are triggering each other's wounds and or egos and things like that. So oftentimes it's not cohesive. It's not coming together smoothly. And you guys will probably know that if you're triggering each other. So if you're triggered, you trigger the flame, and vice versa. And so oftentimes this is the root cause of separation cycles. Sometimes it's coming together and getting the same results because you haven't healed the issues. It could be bringing up the past, replaying the past. So needing to shift some things and change some things to get better results. And so sometimes people get stuck in separation cycles. If you're no contact, no communication, separation, you're not supposed to be here, get some help. I always say just book a call on my site, get some help with it, to get things moving or to heal things. I'm working on myself so I can give you the love and relationship you deserve. You're being guided to become a better person and become the best version of yourself, and to really work on yourself right now. And this is all areas of your life, but this is also the spiritual inner work that we're talking about to change negative patterns, behaviors, addictions, and things like that. and things like that. So it's just becoming a better version of yourself. That path of life is trying to help you to become this highest version of yourself and things like that. So you're being guided to really, really work on yourself during this time and to become the best version of yourself. There might be other aspects of your life that you're being guided to work on. Of course, this is a relationship reading, but when you're more balanced in every area of your life, becoming more stable, more secure, more balanced, this is what you should be kind of after too. And so you're having to do a lot of work to get to that place and to work on yourself. But this is the inner work that this whole twin flame journey is highlighting and triggering. Oftentimes it's helping you to work through issues that you may have, patterns that you may have, things you need to heal. I'm afraid that I lost you forever. So once again, fear coming up. And this is inner fears and beliefs, and everyone's going to have different ones around love, and love can trigger insecurities, fears, doubt, worry, whatever it is. I want to kiss you. I was selfish because I was stuck in ego, and ego will come up, and this is something that we have to transcend for enlightenment anyway, but it's all of the ways we get defensive, we project, blame the twin flame, I see this a lot, especially, I don't want to say the newbie, but people are just starting out on the twin flame journey. They get upset. We'll say they get upset over the twin flame, and they blame the twin flame for those emotions that are quite heavy or upsetting them. But really the twin flame's probably just living their life. Right? Okay. And so this could be emotional intensity can come up. A lot of negative energy is going to be probably triggered and come to the surface. And there's many dynamics I see that could play out. Oftentimes it's like you guys aren't ready for union because you're not in union. So if you're not in union, you're not ready for union yet. So there's more work to be done. That's a common one. It could be oftentimes there are circumstances in the outer that are maybe keeping you apart, but if you were ready, once again, the universe would shift these things and bring you together. And so sometimes it's like taking longer, the process, than you thought. It's the outer situation, it's the dynamics, whatever it is. The universe has a cute way of giving you what you need to trigger you in the right places, because those triggers are deep wounds that you need to heal. And usually it's like things not going your way or going fast enough. And so twin flames go through specific tests and challenges, because you have to stay in this place of faith and continuing to work through the process and move through the process. And a lot of it's that inner process of clearing things. So I can't go another day without you. That's one of the bigger challenges that you guys may face if you're apart on the twin flame journey. Okay, so we have fear once again. A lot of that coming up this reading. Expecting the worst, afraid of failure, wasting time on negative thoughts. So we're talking about negative thoughts today, big time. In this reading, specifically, because I see a lot of twin flames, that's the work that is coming up right now. And a lot of you guys are self-sabotaging in your lives in general, but with your twin flame journey of focusing on the negativities and then the twin flames playing them out. So you think it, the twin flame does it. That easy. Okay, so why can't we shift out of negative thinking patterns? They're deeply ingrained. There's something we have to really work at. First, we have to become aware of them, and then we have to learn how to correct them and things like that. Staying out of fear, easier said than done, because these are going to be specific thoughts, beliefs, and patterns that you're going to have to visit. And oftentimes that's why the work is done by yourself, some stages of it, so you can sit with yourself and pay attention to your thoughts. Happiness. New discoveries that lead to celebrations. Love yourself first. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. It's a lot to handle the energy of the twin flames. So I see a lot of twin flames right now where you guys have done the separation. And during that time, you were getting that glow up. You were forced to, because most of you didn't want to. You're forced to work on yourself and to get in your own vibe, raise your frequency, and to be doing really good. Usually that's the point where the twin flame will come back in when you're ready. Now, you guys are starting off these unions, right? A lot of you guys, but I see a lot of you guys aren't taking care of yourself and your energy. You're worrying about your twin flame. You're putting a lot of focus on your twin flame. You know, you're stressing yourself out. And then getting stuck again. At the point where your twin flame is with you, it is like the biggest reset, redo. Some of the best advice I can give is let go of how past cycles went. If you've had previous cycles with your twin flame, some of you guys haven't, and you're just, starting, I don't want to say for the first time, because in this life, you're starting with this person in this lifetime. However, for those of you guys that have done multiple cycles or they've come back in after a separation, letting go of the past and starting over. But this is where you need to change your thoughts and beliefs, or you're going to get the same result of it too. So really making sure that you're doing the same things of self-care, energy healing, taking care of your energy, being mindful of what has caused any separation cycles in the first time, limiting beliefs, fears, things like that you got to stay out of. Leap of faith. Take a risk stepping into the beauty of the unknown. Your twin flame is here to help you with your ascension process. They're supposed to be helping to motivate you to do that work so that you can ascend from that 3D version of yourself into the 5. Some of you guys may have made your ascension already, and you're like anchored into these 5D realities, I hope. Some of you guys might be just waking up and you have a lot of work to do. Some of you might be already living in the 5D, and it's about staying in these frequencies. 5D is a frequency, and it's a frequency that we have to maintain. And so there's a lot that can pull us back. Stress, worry, fear, day to day, right? All of it. A lot of it could be mindset or energy, because it's a frequency that we need to maintain. It can be very difficult to maintain it as we're existing with a lot going on in our time. So make sure that you are taking care of your energy so that you can continue to exist in these 5D realities. Separation, 3 and 4D. Okay, union, 5D. But a lot of people have a hard time maintaining the 5D. And so sometimes you guys could fall back. That's going to happen anyway over the course of your spiritual awakening, that you're going to have to go back into different timelines and cycles and to heal certain things. So you could have arrived in the 5D and you think you're going to exist there forever, but stuff comes up from your past that you have to go back into or whatever, okay? So it's not just like a straight shot. Oftentimes you're having to go back in and heal timelines or do more work and things like that, which is okay. So sometimes you could be doing that 5D union timeline with your twin flame. You could fall back into separation. It depends on your own journey and where the universe is going to take you through it too. And so it just depends. So I always say separation 3 and 4D, union 5D. And then the best thing that we can do to continue to stay in union, because that's what we want to do as twin flames, is to do things to raise up our frequency, continue to focus on our healing journey. So I see a lot of people, they, get into union and then they stop doing the work and can fall back, because this is all about energy and taking care of your energy and frequency, and it'll put you very far ahead. So continuing to raise up your frequency, focus on your own healing and your own journey will help to keep you, or if you haven't arrived there, to elevate you into those 5D union timelines where you want to be. This is the Lovers card. I love it. This is a passionate connection. You have shared visions and values. I think that you guys want the same things when you start to talk, compare notes. This could be just about now where you're at, and you guys like really vibe together and can mesh well and like hang out very well, right? Comes together perfect. Like when you guys are hanging out, it comes together perfect in a sense. But it could be the future and what kind of future you guys envision for yourself, or goals in life, things you guys want. It just kind of depends too. Okay, this is your divine counterpart. You already know this is a twin flame reading. This is a divine connection sent to you from the angels. This is a powerful angelic connection. You have a lot of angels around the connection. You have a lot of spirit guides, and you're being guided from source, most importantly of all, really following the guidance from the universe. This will really, really help you. Okay, divine timing. Everything has a higher purpose. Some of you guys, divine timing of how things are going, trusting in the divine timing. Some of you guys get impatient. That's another sign of insecurity, or you're getting needy, or you're getting a little too much and you need to dial it down, as I always say. I know the shadow is activated, or the shadow is activated. It's going to be if you have things you need to heal or things you need to work on. Let's look at the shadow as unprocessed baggage, insecurity, things you need to heal and things you need to work through. We talked about that's going to be triggered on the twin flame journey too at a certain point. Okay, so we're going to do these empath cards too. Remember that you guys are absorbing the energy, a lot of energy, and you're needing boundaries. Oh my God, let's close out the year. We are done with 2024, not quite yet, but in about a month. And we've learned certain lessons that 2024 has brought us. This could be about friendships, connections, and the energy that we are agreeing or willing to take on. Some of you guys may have lost people along the journey this year, which is okay and probably needed, and they might not have been good for you, and that's okay. And so you're learning that you're absorbing the energy around you. I've had to get rid of a couple connections this year because it was just not good energy for me to be in, probably for the people to be in too themselves. But if they're not doing that energy work, and then it's really bad for my energy. All right, so it's like we're learning that we are literally absorbing other people's energy and frequency, and to be a little bit more mindful. And so we have a lot of cards that are going to support that. Make sure that you're shielding your energy, protecting your energy, and grounding your energy. You did not come this far and do all of this work on your frequency to have other people pulling you back or sliding you back because they're not willing to do the work, right? And things like that. So we're being a little bit more mindful of our energy exchanges and if they're serving us or not. Anything not serving us has to kind of go during this time. And so it's really, really hard because you might feel like you're kind of isolating more, or like, you're spending more time by yourself. But then at that point, you're going to see your energy is getting a lot better though. And so a lot of this journey is us taking care of our energy. So protect your frequency, and when you're protecting your union, especially on the divine feminine side. Divine feminine sometimes deals with more stuff. So have good boundaries, protect your energy, but also take care of your energy. So we have like activating your empathic magic card, right? You have such powerful gifts and abilities that you are meant to share with the world. That's what Twin Flames came here to do. A lot of you guys might be doing that. Maybe you're on some type of twin flame mission, or you're working together, or you're starting to do projects together, or just building and manifesting your dream life with your twin flame. Remember, a big part of what twin flames do is that you are coming together for that union or that relationship, but you're meant to be sharing that energy outward. Like, I know, it's like twin flames come together, and when you're in that buzz and you're in love and you feel so good, that energy is radiating outward, and it's impacting a lot of people in a positive way too. And so oftentimes you're meant to be using your twin flame gifts together, and then part of it is to activate these gifts and abilities. And some of you guys might be just working towards union or trying to work your way out of separation. So if in separation, you're supposed to be healing yourself to shift out of separation, maybe you're working towards union and coming into that union, you've had that reunion and you're working towards union. It just depends on where you're at in these stages. Or if you're in union, you're working on creating and building that stable, secure union and that foundation to it. And maybe some of you guys have been in union a while and you're putting your gifts together and manifesting together, or helping each other to heal, or you're doing these twin flame missions together. A lot of twin flames missions are going to be like helping the collective in some type of way. These might be projects and things like that. Cleansing mind, body, and spirit. Okay, I'm going to go back to that too. So one of my favorite things I like to do with my twin flame that I see that is different than any type of connection that I had previously in my past is we do a group on Facebook. It's a light worker group, and it has like 400,000 people. So it's a lot to do behind the scenes. We like to do it behind the scenes. We work together behind the scenes to run this, we'll call it a project, right? And so that's something I love about my twin flame, that we work nicely and together. And this is like a shared goal or a mission. And I was talking to them about this too. And things like that. So the universe has obviously brought us together to do this together, right? This is something we've built together, or that we do together too, to help the planet. And so oftentimes it will be some type of, and I already have, obviously I have my healing website and what I do with you guys in healing, right? And I do this stuff, but this is also something else that we do together. And so it might be some type of project that you do with your twin flame, or helping the planet, or whatever it is. A lot of twin flames will go on to do some type of mission or project that's probably quite big too, to help the planet and things like that. So it could be something like that. Cleansing mind, body, and spirit. Okay, cleansing and clearing your energy. You are going to go through a big purge because it's everything toxic coming to the surface. Your twin flame probably will trigger it. They're not trying to. It's already existing as layers of energy, and you're probably going to have to go through different layers with this person too. So cleansing and clearing your energy is very, very important. You're going to have to go through a lot of layers probably. You might think you're healed and more stuff comes up. So just continuing to heal and cleanse your energy. Okay, seeking healing water. I love this because some of you guys might be a water sign. You might have a water sign flame, but even just using that element. So we deal a lot with the elements. In fact, we're made of them. The elements, of course, are very nature, right? We have them in nature. We're made of them. And so when we deal with water, it's emotional healing. So you might have some type of emotional healing to do. Oftentimes your twin flame is going to stir up a lot of repressed, buried, deeper emotions, and even emotional and energetic blocks to heal. So you might have things surfacing. This could be old emotions, or feeling quite emotional, or negative emotions being triggered to the surface that you need to release, heal, and work through. Okay, so we have this. This is your twin flame card, but you already know that. A lot of times you guys might question it, especially in separation mostly, right? So you guys might question it. I think this is just another, I paid attention to the stages I see, because I work with so many twin flames that I see people going through, and the commonality, right? So I see not everyone, but a lot of you guys might question the connection, especially if you're being thrown into these different stages, okay? So some of you guys need to surrender the ego. We have this like ego stuff coming up. This is like fear, worry, negative chitter chatter in your head, but programming that you need to work through and to release. Usually what happens is twin flames come together and you guys end up in separation. Just usually. Because of right here. Because of the ego patterns and programming. So there's healing work that needs to be done so that you can come back together and get a better result, right? And until you heal those deeper patterns, so a lot of times this is the biggest mistake I see people making. They go ahead and end up in separation. They don't want any help. They're fine. Twin flame comes back in if they do. If you can manifest them back in, and then the same thing happens, but worse. And it gets worse, right? So it's until you do the inner work to change the beliefs and the limiting programming, same results. So sometimes you guys are needing someone to work with you. I see that huge with you guys, even a lot of you guys that have done that inner work, because a lot of times you guys are just used to your thoughts going. I know, and it'll help probably someone that can help you to identify and pinpoint what's going on and what's throwing things off at any given time. So it can be obviously very beneficial to work with someone like myself that can help you to see what is going on, because you guys are so in it and creating it and things like that. So it'll really, really help you through the process when you guys are working with me. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles, getting in this energy. This is stability, but it's in all areas of your life. Like if your job flourishing, your business flourishing, and things like that. Getting financially independent. This is a Pentacle card, so it does have to do with finances and being secure and stable, but it's also success in all areas of your life. And I think that's why sometimes these stages happen, so you can focus on other areas of your life, because we have a lot of Pentacle energy. This is working on your manifesting and seeing results. This is success. This is like your manifestations coming through, whether this is your job or those goals or things you're envisioning, things you're manifesting. This is like staying in that positive energy and tending to your seeds. Once again, the thoughts, right? Positive thoughts that you're focusing on and manifesting. And sometimes it takes a little bit of work to master that manifestation. So that's what this card is all about. But we do have the World in reverse, but this is my karmic card. And it's like cycles. And so some of you guys might be stuck in certain karmic cycles, like we've been talking about the whole video, that are playing out. Things you need to heal, things you need to shift out of. It's like round and round we go. like literally, like every day getting up and doing the same thing and getting the same results. And it's like round and round you go. But this is karmic cycles of your life and things you need to heal, things you need to get off the hamster wheel and kind of go in a new direction. And so some of you guys might be not seeing any results. You might be stuck in these cycles or things going the same. Like I said, get some help if that's you. Okay, Knight of Wands, and this is your masculine coming in high energy and going after what you want. This is like getting excited about things and like things happening and things shifting energy, like getting actually excited about it, right? Getting excited. So I see you with the Divine Feminine's reading. It's like clearing a lot of energy. You might be having a lot of emotions come up, a lot of emotional overwhelm, or things that you're working on healing so that you can get stable. So there might be a lot of negative energies or emotions still coming up for you, or that you're working through. We're going to do a reading now for the masculine, just to see what is going on. I do have stuff up on my site. I've put up stuff for the next couple of days. I'm going to try to write some more stuff Saturday and put some stuff up. But you can do anything in my shop anytime. And that's why I have so many cheap activations for you on there to get you guys, to get this healing out there that I know you guys need too. So I do have a lot of stuff on my site, being guided to check it out. And let's do a reading for the Divine Masculine. All right, Divine Masculine Collective, Divine Feminine, if you're watching, direct messages from your masculine. I knew we'd been together in past lives. I recognize you. You were never a stranger to me. One of the ways that twin flames go through that recognition stage, usually first early on. Usually it's instant. Okay. It's like literally instant. You guys click, you know, usually that happens. Usually it's through the eyes, it's through the soul. It's through the frequency too, because you share a frequency. And when those frequencies interlock, the magic happens. Powerful things start to happen. You begin to open up that love bubble. Like when you're just with your twin flame and getting along, and you could be not doing nothing. You could be laying around with them. You could be hanging out with them. You feel, I was saying, so high. It could feel like you're on drugs. You feel so euphoric and amazing. And then this is why, because sometimes it takes you really high frequency, and sometimes we got to deal with the lows that come with it too. But it might take you so high when you meet this person, or that recognition. And that's part of the soul recognition, because it's literally like this soul's intertwining, and that makes us feel good, the spiritual, right? And so this is a spiritual connection. It should make you feel really, really good in that recognition. I have to be in contact with you again. I miss you so much. If not, communicating, ego issues, ego blocks need to be worked out. I wonder if you still think about me. How do you feel about me now that you've had time to reflect? And they're wondering if you're starting to see things clearly on the Divine Feminine side. Divine Masculine thinks about you all the time. I couldn't go against my family to be with you. Some of this is inner child blocks, inner child programming. Some of you guys, it might be karmic situations they're still in and not sure if they should take that risk with it, or how you feel. Some of it could be actually other family dramas and things like that. I say Divine Masculine at a young age, usually long before they met the feminine, they have to deal with society and family expectations and having to kind of find their own path past all of that. So this could be some type of inner child wounds or programming. I feel like I don't know who I am anymore. I ran because I wasn't ready for you. On the other side, we talked a lot about that runner energy and what causes it, which is negative thoughts and energies and emotions. It's negative energy that will push you apart if you're not in the right frequency. Positive energy, feeling good, magnetizes you, like literally. And your souls are always speaking, even apart. And there's always that energy exchange. You're always tethered and corded to each other. This is a different type of connection. And so if you're dealing with any type of runner avoidance patterns, not enough communication, twin flame not really writing you back, negative energy, you tame my demons. I've been manifesting you. Divine Masculine is manifesting union, and you specifically, Divine Feminine. I'm sorry I hurt you. I didn't realize what I had until it was gone. It's usually in the absence that you guys begin to understand the power of this connection. So it's one thing when you get along, when you don't get along, and you realize how painful that is. Usually it'll be like a wake-up call, right? So we could say separation or not getting along is like wake-up energy, and sometimes it can be quite painful. It brings up old pain of the past and wounds. I want to apologize. I need your forgiveness. I've been watching your socials and admiring your pictures, and a lot of people see this, that oftentimes if there's not a lot of communication, that you guys are still staying in touch, we'll say via astrally, right? Checking up on each other on social media. Oftentimes your twin flame might be on your social media, or you just might feel their presence or sense it or see it popping up on your notifications. Expressing artistic creativity. The awakened Divine Masculine has so many powerful gifts, and you're very creative. Now, when we talk about creativity, this could be actual gifts like art, music, right? Channeling, writing, but sometimes this is manifesting reality. The most creative energy that we're in is the creative flow of our life and taking charge of that, like that destined flow, right? And like stepping into those gifts of manifestation. And when you're in union with your twin flame, it's going to amplify those manifestation gifts and abilities. And you guys are going to get really, really good at manifesting together. It's going to really boost your power, we'll say, right? Getting in that creative flow of energy. And this could be connecting with spirit, connecting with source, really opening up to those universal energies. Okay, this is realizing empathy as revolution. Sometimes this is the most powerful thing that you can do when there's a planet trying to make us void of emotions and things like that. Emotions are powerful, especially when you guys are empaths. A lot of twin flames are empaths. This is why you guys are mirroring each other, which is really, really nice when it's going well, but sometimes you guys are mirroring each other, the shadow self, right? Ego self, things that you may need to heal. And so this Divine Masculine is an empath. You guys are able to read your twin flame Divine Feminine really good. You guys that are in twin flame unions, you know that your Divine Masculine can see you, Divine Feminine, and your issues very clearly. They can like see right through you on a deep level. So this Divine Masculine is an empath, realizing that empathy, that gift of empathy is a superpower. Okay, mentalizing emotional impression. So a lot of you guys are needing to, and this is like my karmic imprint card. A lot of you guys have had negative experiences around love. You've already come with blocks before you even ever had your first relationship from your parents. And this is some of the imprints that you carry and programming that you carry that you begin to play out as soon as you were old enough to have relationships. You begin to have these relationships. Some of them were very karmic in nature as you were working through some of these beliefs, blocks, and karmic imprints and patterns. Your twin flame will trigger anything that you still have to heal. It's not like this magic wand, like, you know, people are like, that your life is just going to be perfect now and you're done doing the spiritual work. In fact, they're probably going to bring out that spiritual work that needs to be done very, very fast. So it actually accelerates a lot of things, speeding up the process that you're already having to do for your ascension. You might be struggling because you've been hurt in the past and you may carry around certain blocks in relationships. I see a lot of twin flames go there where the Divine Feminine hurts them and it brings up past pains and things like that and wounds. It's healing the past and accepting the past, finding forgiveness with the past so that you can release any energies, imprints, and things that you're still carrying. Confronting your inner demons. Learning from social conflict. So if there has been struggle or conflict, sometimes that is an actual stage of twin flames that you guys go through, bringing things up, triggering, whatever it is, healing from that. Okay, you're moving on. You're letting go of anything unhealthy in your life. We're in the autumn. I always joke around about all the leaves are falling here. Like letting go of the dead ends. I was making a joke. It's like we tried to stop it. Like, oh my God, I just want to keep summer around. Like, let's just stop the winter, but it's coming, right? So we're in that winter energy, accepting it, letting go of whatever has served its purpose in your life, and letting go of the dead ends. This is going to open up new opportunities and new experiences with your twin flame and things like that. Letting go of the baggage of your past. Okay, you're juggling a lot right now. Time to find time for yourself. It could be this union. And sometimes we have a struggle between ourselves and our relationships. Our relationships suck up all our time. Not funny, right? And we're having to find a balance between taking care of ourselves and the connection with the union, because it's intense. It's like a magnet drawing you in, right? A black hole. It is sucking you into this union space, right? Together. But you might be trying to balance that between yourself and your own needs. Take care of yourself. Have boundaries. Release those walls. Some of you guys got walls for days and you're fine. You're real open, and then it's like your heart swings shut. It's like a door closes, or you got real high walls that come up, especially when you're triggered. Your ego will get defensive and it will start throwing blocks up. So you think you're good and all your blocks are gone, but when you get triggered, bam, it's like throwing some things in the middle, right, to keep this person out. Letting your walls down, releasing any heart chakra wounds and blockages. Work with your angels. They are here to support you on your ascension path, but with your union, ask them for healing, work with you for healing, and things like that. Time to celebrate. A lot of you guys have been putting in a lot of work. We're at that time of year. We're getting ready for Thanksgiving and obviously the holidays season. And it's all about spending time with the people that you love right now and celebrating what we're here on earth to do too. All right, some of you guys are needing to move on from the past. This is like my spiritual journey travel card though. But some of you guys are being resistant to change. You guys need to make sure you're moving forward and know that you're moving on to better things. So this is like some of you guys are needing to move on from your past. It may be affecting you too much. You're needing to heal. You're needing to find forgiveness. You're needing to let go of a lot of past baggage, grief, sadness, heartbreak. And this is accepting your situation and releasing that baggage. You've been through a lot, especially the divine masculine in this lifetime. To get to ascension, you've had to work off a lot of karma, and a lot of it was negative and painful. Time to let go of these energies. Okay, your manifestations are coming through, but we have, once again, being negative and pessimism and feeling like you're not getting what you want. And this is like, okay, it's supposed to be upright and it's supposed to be manifesting your dreams, but when there's a block here, negative thoughts can be getting in the way of the manifesting. Stay positive. Things are playing out as you're manifesting them. And then we have this card. Okay. You might be feeling bad or guilty about how things went. Know that things went the way they should so that you guys could learn certain lessons. It could have been on your side. It could have been on the divine feminine side. So just letting go of the past is coming up big time. Some of you guys are dealing with jealousy, childhood issues, obsession, and things like that. Blocks. Like this is insecure attachment right here. Inner child stuff coming up. Inner child wounds. This could be on your side or your twin flames side. Things that need to be worked out. Negative energy coming up in the connection. Okay, we have this Four of Swords, and I love this because it's like my guy laying there. Okay, listen. This is a time of rest. It's time to heal your heart. It's time to gather your strength. You're needing to meditate, heal, regroup, rest, and take care of your energy before restarting. I've been doing that big time with my twin flame anyway. We've been kind of gone. We've been gone together, resting a lot. Okay. I'm just saying, healing in our bubble, right? Some of you guys are needing to get in your cocoon and like take care of your energy and rest and heal and like do energy work and restore your energy and your life force. And sometimes if we keep going and we don't, I know we get run down. Like, okay. Take 5. This is like take 5 minutes before we get into 2025 and start over again with a new year. Take care of your energy, rest, reflect. We're going into retrograde. We'll say in a couple of days anyway. We're in that energy anyway. So sometimes it's about going within and restoring your energy and taking care of yourself in that space. So make sure that you are doing energy healing work. Take care of yourself, clearing blocks, continuing to work the process. We have the Emperor. Some of you guys are really, really stubborn. It could be a twin flame too, but this is the masculine energy. Maybe you got, you're just trying to heal something within your masculine energy. And this is good. This is so that, when I see this energy, it's also listening to your guidance. It's the masculine card of the Emperor. So when I think of the Emperor and the Empress, I always think of that represents the divine feminine and divine masculine. It's getting into that masculine energy and healing your masculine energy so that you can show up as the awakened masculine, not as we've all been karmic feminine, karmic masculine to our karmics. But with this twin flame, this is the real deal. You're meant to be showing up as that awakened divine masculine. A lot of times when the awakened masculine is in their highest, I was explaining this to my client last night in a call. When you are showing up in your divine masculine energy, you can guide the divine feminine so much higher. They're doing whatever they're doing on their own, but when you come together in this union and you help them, they will go so much bigger with their life. They will create bigger, they will manifest bigger, they will work harder, they will do things through your guidance, through being there. It's not everything transactional like the karmics showed us and anything like that. In fact, they probably don't want anything but your love and attention. Like, okay, I'm just putting it out there. Okay, so once you've learned certain lessons, you can see things. You can see their blind spots, things they need to heal. Through your love, care, and support, they will do so much better in their own lives and go so much bigger with things than you ever think is possible. And so oftentimes, the awakened divine masculine may act as a guide to the divine feminine, and in the spiritual sense too, to help in certain things or to point out certain things or to help heal certain things too. And so this is a connection where you're supposed to be both healing individually. Separation teaches you that you have work to do on your own, and not to project it onto your twin flame isn't going to fly in the dynamic, right? And so but together, that you're supposed to be healing together. This is supposed to be a very healing connection that will help to uplift both of you and, make you guys go so much bigger together than you could ever do individually, through coming into this union and union with the divine, union with God as well too, because twin flames don't just come into union with each other. It's all about staying in union with the divine and shifting into and staying in these higher frequencies, as we've been talking about. So this is like stepping into and shifting into your awakened divine masculine energy, which is something you obviously have to do on your own, and bring that into your life personally, individually, but also into your union to be showing up in that energy too, and things like that. So it's all about the lessons you've learned, integrated, and leaving them in the past, but showing up in that awakened masculine energy, because you're so much of a better person than you ever were in any of your previous connections with this divine feminine too. So it's about showing up in this energy, and then just kind of, we'll say, being there and being supportive with your divine feminine. Also having boundaries too with your divine feminine, of all people too. Okay, we're gonna go. I'm at no, but I'm gonna be around. If you guys need me, I'm always around anyways. Just book me on my website, sparksofdivinelightshealing.com. I find you right away anyways. Gonna be around. I know I'm doing like, let's see, I know I do activation. Today's a good activation day, tomorrow, and then I think we pick back up Monday. But you guys can do anything in my shop anyways. And if you're needing it, you're just needing some positive energy, you're needing some healing energy, you're needing a shift in your situation, book a healing. It's one of the best ways to shift your energy, thus shifting your outer situation with your twin flame. Have a beautiful day. If you need me, just go ahead and book me on my website, here for healings, readings, coaching on there. sparksofdivinelightshealing.com. Have a beautiful day.